here from outsole and today what I want to show you is a quick presentation between the authentic Jordan 4 cores and the fake ones. Now the Jordan 4 cores are supposed to drop March the 31st, which is Friday, and I've already seen fakes a little while ago. I didn't get a chance to like do the comparison. I finally got a chance to do it, so I kind of want to show you the quick ways to identify the fakes. Now here's the thing. Now the authentics are going on eBay for like $3 grand, man. This which I think is ridiculous. You know, I'm not paying $3,000 for a pair of shoes, man. I don't care who's behind it. I mean, if maybe God did it, maybe I'll do it. But you know what I'm saying? Like this is getting out of hand where, you know, some shoes, just because of the collaboration between Jordan Brand and an artist, and the shoe is like skyrocketing out of $3,000. I think that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? If you want to pay that kind of money for shoes, I really more power to you. I just can't afford that kind of stuff, and I think even if I could, I wouldn't do it. I think it's ridiculous. I would save that for another day. So what I want to do today is show you a quick way to identify the fakes. Now, because you know these shoes are expensive, people are gonna try to get over you. So be careful out there. All right. So let's get into it real quick. The first slide. Well, let me go up to the first slide. Now, the first thing you want to look at is the Jordan on the wings on the back near the quarter panels. If you look at the wings, there's a circle here. If you look at the holes on the fake ones, you see the holes are like really spaced out. And if you see on the authentic, they're a lot closer, and the structure, I mean, the shape of the holes is definitely not the same. So that's one thing you want to look at. And if you look at the arrows that I put here, I put it there for a purpose. Now, if you look at the strap, it's smooth. It feels like this is like new buck material on the strap, but on the fakes, they use the same material on the wings here. They use the same thing on the actual shoe. So this is like a rough suede. This is more like a new buck. And if you look at the stitching and the whole, I mean, the strap looks totally different. Look at it. It's rough. The edges are like properly. See, there's no edges. It's like rough here. It's like all bumpy, bumpy, bump. There's like all kind of stuff on it. You don't really see the stitching on the strap. If you look at the authentic, you see everything in there. All right, you can clearly see it for yourself. So I don't really need to elaborate on it a little bit too much. Now, the second arrow here. See, usually what's here is like netting. You see the little netting here, but they don't have that. They have like a rough suede, and it's like really hairy. You can see the hair. Now, if you look at the fake ones, you don't see the hair there. It's more like you don't really see the there. This is like really when you have a pair of jeans that are ripping, you can see the little things that's like I forgot the name of it. There's a name for it, but you can clearly see that they're totally different, right? Forgive my subpar vocabulary. I'm out of words. Now let's look at the back, the heel counter. Now, if you look at the authentic, you see there's a bump here. A lot of fours have that bump. Now, if you look here, there's somewhat of a bump there. It's like a make-believe bump. It's more vertical. See, here it's like you can see steep. It's a brick. You see that bump, right? Now, the fake one does not really have that. And the one thing that you want to look at is the midsole and the air chamber. There's definition. You got that little rectangle that I put here. See the definition? There's this line here. You don't see that line here. It's not visible, right? I think that it looks like a velvet material they have over here, and the air chamber itself doesn't look the same. You see here, you don't see that line. See that line here? There's like definitions. You don't see those definitions on the fakes. There's no definition here. And if you see the other arrow that I put up there, the whole pattern here is not the same as the one here. Look at it. You can clearly see the differences. Like you can see the lines. There's like definitions. You don't see that here. All right, let's look at the next slide. I want to show you a picture of the back. Right now, if you look on that little tab on the back here, if you see the bumps here, the bumps are a lot thicker on the authentic. You see how they like, you can kind of see them. You see that they're bumpy, they're like round, they're thicker. Here, they're not as thick, right? And you can clearly see this. It's like it's totally different. You can notice the differences. This is like really bumpy, thick, and they're like poking out. Here, they're not. They're not as thick, right? Let's look at something else. The Kaws branding and the inside of the tongue. Now, if you look at it here, the Kaws, you can kind of read it. It's legible, right? On the fakes, it's not as legible. It's smaller, and the stitching around the patch here doesn't look the same. Look at the stitching here. You see that stitching? You can kind of see the stitches. here they're like really close together. Here like spaced out, and it's not the same. The Kaws is like, again, the Kaws are the call wording is not as thick as it is on the authentic, right? Those things you can always go back on my website and look at it if you feel like there's more you want to know about. And I want to show you the outsole now. On the outsole, you see here near the midsection, this is the fake one. The fake one has those gloves, and there's a Jumpman, but you don't see it here. You won't see the Jumpman until you really pay attention. Now, on the authentic, the pattern is totally different. You see the Jumpman is clearly legible, and the whole outsole is totally different. That's like the glow-in-the-dark substance. It looks a little minty, but this one looks like a lot more like translucent. This is like more minty, right? But the pattern is totally not the same. I'll show you another picture to show you what I'm talking about. If you look near the forefoot, there's like this shape here. You don't see that shape on the fakes. I mean, it's there, but you have to kind of look for it to actually see it, right? And then if you look at this area here, if you look at it, there's supposed to be stars, right? And that's for like a better grip if you're playing basketball with the shoes with that, which I think most people won't do. On the fakes, you usually what happens is they look circular, but you can't even see it here. Now, there's one thing that I missed that I want to go back to. Now, if you look on the authentic here, you see the stitching, the double stitching. They're really close together, but they are parallel. They're never gonna meet anywhere. It's like parallel lines. Here, you see, it's not parallel. It's like you start here. It feels like at some point they're gonna meet somewhere, which is not even. The lines are like the job was poorly done. I feel like the fakes are still they still look really nice, but they're fakes, you know. And then I wouldn't want somebody to pay like for like $500 for a shoe like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's fake, man. Even though authentic, I still think $3,000 is too much. But by the way, for those that feel like they want to learn more, you can always go back on the website. I'll put the entire presentation up there, right? You can go on the website, houseofkicks.com. You see it on the website, and I'll give you a link to the whole presentation. And I'll also try to see if I can provide you with links from people selling authentics. Now, and the clothing in UK, they're doing like I guess the raffle form. So I guess that's your best bet. You can always go on the website, and I'll add that information on there for you to get it. All right. Thanks for watching. This is Ty from House of Kicks, and stay tuned for more stuff like this, man. Thank you.